What a happy time, folks. What a happy time. Benedict the 16th is going to retire. They said it wouldn't happen. It has happened. Here, take a look at this. This is a favorite of mine. It says, "Passing the torch. Good luck. It's all yours." Look at this. Isn't this choice? And in order to celebrate the thing, I thought I'd spend a little time with you doing some, what should we call it, maybe show and tell. Show and tell. There was a time, my friends, when the church could get away with it, not anymore. Here's Pat Oliphant. He's the dean of American political cartoonists. And here we see, here is Benedict, and he's handing passes to these pedophile priests, papal pederast pervert passes here, it says, and they're getting the passes, and then look in the background, you see all the choir boys running for their life. Now this next one is Pat Oliphant, and this is just from last week, These are choir boys, and I'll read the thing, and you may be able to read it on your screens, I don't know, but so I'll read it for you. It says, "The big man has quit. Change of administrations make me nervous. It usually means we're up for grabs again. Grabs again. Again, as when we are not." And then down below it says here, at least Romney's not running. This one, I think, explains itself, and I think it came from the Guardian in London. Isn't that choice? Can you imagine that, say, even 20 years ago, let alone when I was a kid? Can you imagine anything like that? They'd have burned the building down. Here's a final one that's very good. It's entitled, "The Single Boldest, Most Progressive Act of His Papacy. I Resign." Well, now that he's going to resign, you know, by then he's got to be replaced. And so I thought I'd give you a little idea that he's not going to live an exact life of poverty, folks. This is how he's living right now. And try to steady that up for you. That is not silverware, that's goldware on the table. Take a good look. Not one glass for wine, but three. Also for sparkling water, there's a regular tumbler. But 3 glasses, they're going to have 3 with the service. Incidentally, this chap right here is Cardinal Bertoni. He is the man in the Vatican who is now really almost in charge of everything, and will be until these people can decide on another pope. He is one of the chief men behind all the cover-ups that have been going on. I thought that's a rather interesting picture. What a humble life these men lead. I like these intimate gatherings. Over here, this stone-faced creature, that's Cardinal Mahoney. Next week, he's going to be going to the district attorney's office to do a deposition. I don't know whether he's going to have time to get to elect the next pope before he testifies, or maybe when he goes to the Vatican, maybe he'll be like Cardinal Law and not come back to Los Angeles for fear of indictment. Although I think the statutes of limitation protect him against almost everything you can imagine. Incidentally, this fellow is just now being installed, and it's interesting. Look at, he's so coy. See that? He's inviting you to take a look at his lace. Isn't that cute? Just imagine how the nuns keep that nice for him, washing it, ironing it, his undies, everything taken care of. And here, of course, is a view of the real intelligence behind the Catholic Church. I think he's alive. I think he's alive. It's hard to tell. see if there's something else here we can show you. I go to great lengths, folks, to bring these things for you. This Pope, I would have to say, was probably one of the most vain creatures that the papacy has known since Pius XII. Look at this getup. Come fly away, come fly with me. Look at that outfit. Do this, my friends. Go on the internet and just simply put Benedict XVI plus in your Google. You see, Benedict XVI plus pictures. And you'll get these so-called slideshows that will show you several hundred pictures of this Pope. And what will astonish you is that hardly ever do you see the same outfit. Those nuns and tailors are working overtime to get this guy an endless number of furs and ermines and silks and all the rest of it. And finally, I think maybe it'd be interesting to see a few quotes that people. This was back in 2010 when the scandal really burst open wide, particularly because of Ireland and so forth. This was Richard Dawkins, professor of science studies, Oxford University. And he says this form, he's talking about the Pope. He said, should he be held responsible for escalating scandals of clerical sexual abuse in Europe? He says, yes, he should. And he says, this former head of the Inquisition should be arrested the moment he dares set foot outside his tin pot fiefdom of the Vatican, and he should be tried in an appropriate civil, not ecclesiastical court. Should the Pope resign? He says no, because he's eminently qualified to run this thing, and Dawkins refers to him as a leering old man, a leering old villain in a frock. I think that's choice. Oh, my friends, how things have changed. This comic years ago was Roger Dangerfield, kind of very Yiddish sort of thing, fell up in New York City. I don't get no respect. I don't get no respect. Living in a German accent. I don't get no respect. Anyway, this is from the New York Times. This is from a Catholic. This was dated February the 11th, just a few days ago. Pope Benedict quit. Good. He was utterly bereft of charm, tone deaf, and a protector of priests who abused children. He's been a member of Hitler in his youth. In addition to this woeful resume, he had no use for women. And then he goes on to say that as a lad, and as a good Catholic, he said, everybody put money in the box. I put money in those boxes. As far as I'm concerned, that money was stolen. I watched the wealth of the Catholic Church turn to a subsidy for wrongdoing and a prop for a continuing campaign against women's rights and homosexuality. Well, that's enough of show and tell, and I'd like to, if you'll check my next posting, what I'm going to do is going to say why I think Benedict is quitting, and quitting just now. So be sure to, when this one is over, punch in the other one, okay? I'll see you then.